Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of Pony 4-in-1. This is episode 60, and it is the week of June 22nd, 2014. TrotCon is pretty much, I think, over now. Wrapping up. Everyone's starting to go home or go sleep one last time before they leave. We didn't go, though. Oh, well. I'm Nemesis, and joining me again is Alca7raz.
Hello.
And, yeah, we have yet another episode this week. How about that? Like usual.
Yes.
Surprises everywhere. Don't really have, well, this week's topic isn't really new, per se. No, really it's not, but...
It's really not.
It's really not, but maybe we'll get some new stuff out of it anyway. Who knows?
We'll see.
We'll have to, get some blood out of that stone. But, of course, we still have some quick hits. Actually, a lot of quick hits. I was shocked when I was all done.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of news this week.
So, probably should go ahead and get started. Of course, if you want to follow along, go to pony4in1.libsyn.com/show notes, and you can click on the links and whatnot all right there in that little list. Very handy.
Yep.
So do that. So, let's go. BronyCon has released its panel schedule and open auditions for Whose Line Is It Anyway? No Aisha Tyler. Whether that's good or bad is up to you. BronyCon has announced some DHX staff will be attending, including Jason Thiessen, Jim Miller, Steph Mahoney, and Christopher Leonin. They've also announced a Legends of Equestria panel at their con, plus a playable demo. So,
neat.
Yes, Legends of Equestria has been popping up a lot lately.
Yep.
Hearthswarming Eve Con 2015 is going to happen thanks to a successful Indiegogo campaign. It will take place February 2015 in Hoofddorp, Netherlands. That's apparently 20 miles away from Amsterdam.
Yep. So if you're over on that side of the pond.
Yes, if you're over there and you're willing to go to the Netherlands, there you go. Everfree Northwest has made several announcements this week. The first is a cosplay track including contests, panels, and photo shoots. They've also announced the fan-made tabletop game Pony Finder will be at EFNW.
That'll be neat.
Yes, if you're into tabletop RPGs and whatnot. There's something. We don't get a lot of those. Mostly video games, if anything.
Usually, yeah.
Because, well, it's a little easier than trying to make
it's a little
and
more
easier
accessible.
to play against other people.
A little more accessible on the computer.
Yeah. So, they've also have their event schedule. It's up on their website, so if you're going like we are, you should probably check it out. Start planning.
Yep.
So you know what you're doing, so you're not just wandering around lost. That's never fun.
No, unless you just like to wander. Okay.
Okay. And finally, they've also announced that Stabletech Studios, the people making a Fallout Equestria animation, are also attending.
So, neat.
We said them earlier, and here they are again. Legends of Equestria has announced that they've added pets to their game via Twitter. You might be able to check them out during the upcoming open server weekend in August, so you never know.
Yep.
You might have your own Aloysius or Gummy or Tank. Or Angel.
Or Angel.
If you want. Yeah. In merchandise news, the blind bag ponies that we were spotted on Taobao recently are part of the Wave 11 of the line, although there are some oddities with it, like...
Cloud Chaser is actually Thunder Lane.
Yeah, and Neon Lights is...
Vinyl Scratch recolor.
Real Vinyl Scratch recolor, and probably just a coincidence because of the fan.
Probably.
Yeah.
And there's this
series misnamed as
something.
Yeah,
I can't even remember.
And all sorts of stuff. Just weird little things. And of course, Sunset is rarity recolor, and it's only main six are Dash and Pinky, I believe. Yes.
Yeah. I think Fluttershy's in there too.
Is Fluttershy in there?
Yeah.
Oh, must have missed her. She's very quiet.
You and missing Fluttershy.
Yeah, people missing Fluttershy. It's like she's quiet and out of the way, and yeah, how about that? Anyway.
Spitfire's in there too, though.
Yeah,
and they actually got her name right this time.
So maybe it was apparently part of a little leaflet packaged in with Wave 10 plush or blind bag, so it might be changed by the time it released, but you never know.
We'll see.
Aurora, though, is making new Pinkie Pie Rainbow Dash sitting plushies, and they are 26 inches tall and $100. Toy Wiz has them up for pre-order, though, if you're interested and willing to spend $100 on them. So
yeah, I'm so very close to getting that. It's
slightly over 2
feet.
2 feet. 2 inches over 2 feet.
Yeah, 2 inches over 2 feet tall. Yeah, I really do want
a giant Rainbow Dash. Good size, but still $100 for an Aurora.
$100, and it's an Aurora. Their wings and tails are a little bit odd.
No,
but I may have to eventually bite the bullet and
$100 plus shipping. So if you want it, there you go. A white fashion style Celestia has appeared in Taobao, and she has music notes on her wings for some reason. I guess it's another one of those oddities.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Anyway, fashion style, that's a thing. I'm trying to remember. That's one of the lines out there.
Yeah.
Go figure. But it's white, and apparently a lot of these have been pink still, even with the deluxe or whatever white Celestia, still get a lot of pink ones, so alas. The Build-A-Bear Trixie and Applejack plushies we talked about some time ago have apparently been rescheduled for a July 4th release, whereas before they were closer to mid-July, so yay. Trixie, fireworks, Independence Day, yeah, America, that stuff.
America.
Way back in February, if you remember that far back, there was a Diamond Select toy booth with some pony figures. Well, turns out they're banks.
Yeah.
Applejack is up for pre-order at Toy Wiz for $20 with the release date of October, which it's kind of surprising. One, they're banks. Two, that's only $20. Diamond Select usually tends to be a little more high-end than that, so...
Maybe it's because they're banks.
Yeah, it might be just their banks. So that means they're hollow, not solid, and apparently they're vinyl, so you don't have to worry about them cracking.
Unless you drop them.
Yeah, but even then...
If they're full of money.
They're not.
Drop
at
one.
least they're not ceramic or something.
Yeah, that would be... Probably explains the price, though. Hollow, vinyl.
It's kind of disappointing.
But hey, it's not too bad.
Yeah, they actually look really good.
They do look pretty good.
AJ looks really good. We saw the pictures of Rarity and Fluttershy a while back, but yeah, they look all over. They look good, so if you need some place to put your money, Applejack will handle it. She's honest, you can trust her.
Yep, she'll hold on to random coins forever until they turn into keys.
The Pony Mania photo finish we talked about last week is now listed on the Australian Toys R Us website, which means getting closer to release.
Yep.
Pony Mania, Gothic Ponies.
Yay!
A set of CMC pop figures in the Wild Rainbow style have appeared on Target's website, although they are currently not available for purchase.
So it's another one we're seeing.
Yeah. The Wild Rainbow line is now going to be a thing. We've seen those on Taobao for a while, the CMC and this Wild Rainbow thing. Now apparently there's going to be a pop figures as well.
Yep.
So
maybe it's just a random style. Won't see it in the show probably.
No, it's just another toy line.
It's like Pinkie Pie's Boutique or the Gothic
Pony
Mania. Though that would be interesting if we saw it show up in the show. That would just be weird.
Yeah, CMC and this Wild I don't want to. Anyway, the Hot Topic pony posters that were mentioned several weeks ago are now available to order online if you don't want to go to a Hot Topic store.
Which is understandable.
Yeah, for various reasons. Either just you don't have one or you don't want to go in
or
there.
Or the local ones tend to get rid of all the stock of all the stuff you want out of the blue.
Oh, well. Apparently something called Clickets have popped up in Walmart, and they're the dog tags, which you've seen before, except they're plastic, and they kind of they're like, you can separate them into two pieces, and they
attach to each other.
Yeah, you can attach them to different ones.
Mix and match.
It's weird. I think it's supposed to be kind of like friendship bracelets or something, because they have holes on both ends. So
sure, we'll go with that.
Those friendship rings or whatever you have, just put them together.
Yay.
Friends.
I guess that makes sense. Friends.
Yeah, that's a thing. Thought it was kind of interesting, but whatever. So apparently it's just going to start off with the main 6, maybe more will come, but yeah, Walmart's are apparently like $4 a pop, so not too bad. Anyway, We Love Fine has a few new things as well. For one, the 10th winner of the Season 4 contest has been announced, and it's Leakfish for the 4th time.
Winning all the contests.
So, yeah, apparently she's even thinking about making a 5th entry.
Oh, boy.
So, she's been winning a lot, despite the nonsense that's been going on with some questionable cheaters.
And questionable voting stuff.
Yeah, questionable voting with cheaters and whatnot. So, good for her.
Yep, good for her.
Anyway, We Love Fine is also teasing something Luna related. But I'm willing to bet it's probably another vinyl figure like the Twilight and the Trixie the Tweet teased.
Yeah.
Who knows what it's going to be, though. But, well.
Luna, it's going to sell.
But we don't know what it's going to be exactly. Or maybe it's Nightmare Moon.
Maybe it's both.
Who knows? Anyway, they've also added new shirts with anthroponies.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a thing now. Right now it's Rarity, Twilight, and Apple Bloom. So, but yeah.
Excluding Equestria Girls, have we seen Anthro anywhere official other
no.
than this?
Yeah, Equestria Girls is the closest thing we've had to an Anthro, really. And that's only really more like, oh, you put some pony ears and wings on. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
That's
the actual
interesting to finally see it
Anthro,
show up
an official merchandise. That's a new thing. In the world of comics, though, new information about upcoming comics have surfaced. Issue 23, Friends Forever #9, and 2014 Annual in particular. Issue 23 apparently is going to be a standalone issue about the pets of the main six. Just them.
Interesting. Just the pets.
Yeah, so it's a standalone, no arc. So that means
It's
24 is
involved.
also going to be a standalone, likely. The Friends Forever #9, it's Granny Smith and Flim and Flam.
That'll
Basically,
be
Flim and
an
Flam
one.
are arguing with each other, and Granny Smith has to help them, but does she really want to?
Have they done? Was what 2 in a row that they've done? Frenemy enemies making.
No, this is #9, so it's still a ways off. These are like the fall, so. And then 2014 Annual, this is the one that's really interesting. It's going to be about the actual Power Ponies, not the main 6 as Power Ponies, but the actual Power Ponies.
Oh, that'll be neat.
So the designs are slightly different, and also confirms that Masked Matterhorn is a unicorn, just a unicorn, not an alicorn or a Pegasus with a technological horn or anything. So the speculation is gone. So there you go. And they're all supposed to be coming out way later this year, so get ready. Pre-orders are going to probably come up sometime in the next few weeks. More about the comics. During Halloween Comic Fest on October 25th, Friends Forever #2, that's the CMC Discord issue, will be available for free at some comic shops. I think you can check and see whether any local ones will have it, but if you want a free issue of a comic, there you go.
Yay.
Google Books has posted a preview for issue #20 of the MLP series. That's I believe actually coming out this week. The pages are randomly chosen from all over the comics, so spoilers. I'm not kidding. They're like serious spoilers. It's just randomly chosen, not even in order.
Yep. I haven't seen it yet. So.
Don't look if you don't want spoilers, but if you don't care, there you go. In a press release, Hasbro has revealed the synopsis for Rainbow Rocks, but not the new release date for Season 5, as we thought it was. It says, Twilight Sparkle and Palace compete for the top spot in the Canterlot High main event talent show. The girls must rock their way to the top and outshine rival Adagio Dazzle and her band the Dazzlings to restore harmony back to Canterlot High.
So we now know the
Trixie is not the villain.
And we now know what Adagio.
We already knew who
places.
she was.
Well, no, we have more
or less.
confirmation of
We
her
have confirmation
purpose.
she is in fact the villain. A lot of people are speculating on that, and she is in fact the villain. Apparently,
She's the antagonist.
she's the new version after Sunset was ousted from the
Trixie's probably in that band. Yeah,
No,
but I think
Trixie and the Dazzlers or whatever.
Oh yeah,
no, not Dazzlers, not Trixie and the something. I remember it was some. I don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Illusions or something.
something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a third band, so she's going to probably be a minor annoyance if anything.
So nothing's changed.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that's the synopsis, I guess. Adagio Dazzle's the villain. It's not in Battle of the Bands. It's a talent show now. So there you go.
Still don't see how Sunset fits into this.
She's going to be in the movie apparently.
Yeah.
So don't know how.
We'll see.
I'm still saying she's going to be the manager of the main 6 band or something. Watch.
We'll see. We'll see.
She's going to be the one who actually gets them all to do. Hey, do this. You should totally do this. I don't know. We'll find out.
See.
We'll find out in September, I guess. Yeah, I had the thing about fall 2014 for season 5, but that was since been changed to 2015 again. So, yeah, everyone got all excited, but nope, denied. It was a mistake. Whoops. Someone just kind of probably writing, not forgetting that it's not premiering in the fall this time.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll just keep repeating that.
Another short music video is up, and this one is called Perfect Day for Fun. This one's actually new, and for some reason it came out in Spanish first and then came out in English, but whatever.
Someone jumped the gun, I think.
Yes, someone just jumped the gun. But the song was okay, I guess.
Yeah, it was okay.
Nothing really special, but apparently this also might actually be the final short Rainbow Rock short until the movie actually comes out, so.
Yeah.
Oh well, and Twilight's there, and I'm not sure if it's a scene from the movie or what, because Twilight's there.
Yeah.
And they're texting and whatnot, and, yeah. And
Yes.
apparently Trixie appears, and so does Flash. And Derpy appeared apparently, but yep, it's just a music video. They're at the carnival having fun with each other, performing as well. So not much really beyond that.
Not much. Not really that much.
I'm not sure how it fits into the movie yet, but there you go. And finally, in a strange situation, a bunch of pony music is getting hit with copyright claims preventing monetization by the uploader, even if it's original music.
Yeah.
Signs point to it being YouTube's automated content ID system, but we can't confirm the exacts quite yet.
A bunch of like Silverhound
Yeah,
stuff is being.
Silverhound, a few others as well. By all, apparently Mando Pony's been getting this a lot, which is why he removed a lot of his videos and re-uploaded because they all got hit by the same thing. So this is not a new thing.
And it's not just in our fandom, I believe.
No, it's not just our fandom. It's apparently right now Google's pushing YouTube to have a
they're doing a new music service, but they're quote unquote encouraging. So a lot of independent.
A lot of independent labels and artists are resisting and
to
Google's
sign
trying
a
to
certain
force
contract.
Anyway. Yeah.
To sign up with the contract, a lot of them don't, and there's a lot of them getting kicked off YouTube or losing their monetization and such with not being on the contract.
Yeah. So it's not quite certain how this is being like tracked, but apparently some of it's like if you have like Pony something in the video itself, like a picture from the show or screen cap from the show, or even if it's heavily stylized, sometimes it will trigger the content ID system and go up. But others, it's like it just seems to be like possibly some people are speculating Hasbro will actually be taking original music and uploading it to YouTube and saying this is out, or giving it to YouTube for the content ID system, saying this is ours.
Yeah, which is
if that's actually happening, that's really not good.
Yeah,
but I don't think they are. And apparently already one artist, Silverhounds in particular, his label has already retaliated and issued Hasbro C&D.
Or YouTube, one of them.
Hasbro or YouTube, I don't remember exactly, but yeah. So it's kind of interesting. So this now is going the other way, cease and desist.
Yeah.
So it's depending on how that pans out.
You cannot take down someone's original content and try and claim it under copyright. So
it's going to be interesting to see how this goes down.
Yeah, see how it all pans out.
I think part of it though, apparently with some of this original music, because they're still using
like voice clips.
It's still, even with like a bunch of effects added, it's still registering. So it'll content and go because like people apparently you have to go really crazy with like you have to change the.
You know, it's one of the things one of Silva's songs that got hit with it was the Hooves Up High.
Yeah, it doesn't
doesn't actually use any vocal clips. It's all original vocals. As far as I remember, yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. It wasn't a remix though?
The Hooves Up High was one of his originals.
No, I mean there was a remix of a remix of his song was what got hit.
I think it was one of his. He did a remix of his own. He did a VIP mix.
No. I mean it wasn't him. It was someone else remixed his song and that got hit. And Silva found out and.
That part I don't know.
I remember that's what he was tweeting about. Someone else's remix of his song got hit by the content ID, and I don't know if that remix had like clips from the show that would explain it, but I haven't heard it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, it's just right now, your video. If you're a musician, your video may be hit by this content ID, which it won't be taken down. It'll be flagged, and basically you won't get any money from it, which is scary. So just watch it. And I think that's it for the news.
Yep.
Like I said, there was a lot. And this week, we are once again stepping back into the past. And before we did with Hurricane Fluttershy, which is one of Alcatraz's favorite episodes from the past, we're going back to one of my favorite episodes. In fact, it was my favorite episode until recently, and that is Lesson 0. And I don't think I need to really synopsify it for you.
Yeah, and also, yeah.
We all know. We've all seen it.
It made a lot of waves. Everyone loved that one.
It really changed things. It was basically kind of a meteor to the fandom. Meteor impact to the fandom. And, well, for one thing, this was kind of like, that was I think one of the first big divides with the fandom, because I remember that was one of those episodes where a lot of people loved it, but there's also a lot of people absolutely hated it.
I don't know. True.
I remember seeing a lot of people hating it. This was for a lot of people. This was I'm out. This is where for them. That episode is where the ride ended. I remember that. Some people were already. This was where they were starting to wane, and then when they saw Luna eclipsed and a whole bunch of stuff, they're like, "Okay, I'm done." I remember that a lot of people just said, "Okay, I'm out now. This is it. I'm out. I'm not going to watch anymore." But this it kind of marked a major shift. For the show.
It showed they're starting to change things up.
And for one, season 1, Twilight appeared in every single episode of season 1. Whether she was really essential to the plot or not. Why? Because she had to write the letter. And now starting with this one, it shows, hey, her friends are now going to write letters too.
Yep.
It also establish a lot more of Twilight's character, which we've already seen glimpses of previously, but now really shows you just what kind of pony she is.
Nuts.
Well, yeah, they're all kind of crazy though. Remember,
Yeah,
all the ponies in that town are crazy.
She's neurotic though. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
it shows basically her going neurotic. And here's the thing, I'm a Twilight fan, as everyone knows.
Yes.
And like I said, this was until the season 4 finale, this was my favorite. I mean, this was like the gold standard for the entire series. And I'm like, and for so long, nothing managed to hit this standard that this episode hit. And part of it was, for me, at the time, I was going to college, and I kind of hit this particularly rough spot right there at about the same time this was airing. So I could understand this whole, I'm going to be tardy, everything's falling apart, I don't know what to do, help.
Yeah.
And I could sympathize with how her thought process was going. And I think a lot of people kind of sympathize with her just because let's be honest, as many like surveys and whatnot have said, a lot of people identify with Twilight the most out of all of them. And I think a lot of people saw that, just her kind of having her
Complete
neurosis,
mental
breakdown, and the panic, and just this kind of, also, we kind of saw signs, but I'm not sure if this is, I don't think they're ever going to really elaborate on this sort of thing, because it's kind of a, don't touch, but that kind of OCD, possibly. An actual OCD, because we saw the bit with the cupcakes.
Yeah.
And she just fixes it until it's all perfect. And of course, she got most of the icing off, but still.
Little bit of information here, Twilight, you probably forgot, but adjusting someone else's work like that can usually be kind of offensive.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, she's still not, at this point, still not totally socially there.
Yeah.
Remember, she went for a long time thinking friendship was useless, so there's that. And this was also one of those episodes where, like, we got so many amazing faces out of this episode.
Crap, yes.
So many vectors.
I remember, I think we've been seeing, I don't know if we have been seeing less and less, maybe they've just used up all the faces, but you go back to these episodes and you're just, holy crap, yeah.
This is where you can tell the animators probably had a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, especially this one with her going completely crazy.
Yeah.
The chances for all the different, just for faces and poses and things that you're never going to get to use anywhere else. This is one of them.
And, yeah, and like I said, it was my favorite. I think it's still my second favorite, just because, I mean, I still love it. I mean, I was wondering, it's been a long time since I watched it, so it was like, is this still as great as I remember? And, well, yes, it is.
It is.
And this is weird, because, like, it's, again, even among Twilight fans, it was divisive. Like, there's like me, who's loved it partially because we sympathize, we get where she is, we understand her mindset, we understand why she's thinking the way she is. And there's others like, I don't get it. Why is she acting like they're ruining her character and all this stuff?
No, and that I just don't get, because it just fits. It really does.
I know,
fit
but people
with her
really
character.
thought it ruined her character, and a lot of people. And I really disagree with that, but it fits with, basically, it's her kind of basically talking herself down in this hole that she made. She just kept talking herself down in this horrible situation, which was incredibly insane. But then she was so certain that she just made up the worst case scenario in her head. That she was so certain that was going to happen that she panicked.
Yep.
And I've done that, and I know other people have done that.
Yeah.
Talk yourself into this. That's it. It's inevitable. I'm doomed. Or it's like you go take increasingly extreme measures, which are completely unreasonable in your mind. It totally makes sense, but no one else is following your logic path.
Yeah, it's that once you start going down that path, things that should seem unreasonable start seeming a lot more reasonable.
I think a lot of people gloss over this, unfortunately, which is her friends just outright dismiss her completely. Like, she is freaked out, and her friends just pretty much outright dismiss it. Don't even stop to calm her down, really. Just laugh at her and just, no.
They did kind of dismiss him, but I don't think they straight up.
Oh, they straight up dismissed her just because.
Well,
they laughed at her. That's like,
Applejack especially did try and get through.
A little bit, but not really. She kind of half-heartedly.
Yeah, I don't think. Another thing is how much we as the viewers of the show see a lot more than the characters would if it was actually from their point of view. So how much do we know that they wouldn't have been able to catch? It's obvious. I
mean, looking at her face and stuff, she is not okay. And they just kind of, the fact that they were laughing at her was really bad. That's not a good thing to do to someone who's obviously is not mentally in a good place.
Yeah, we can blame
It's one of
Pinky
those
on
things,
that
like,
one.
the brain is not always logical. Even if it was an intensely logical person like Twilight, the brain doesn't always decide to be logical. So,
I don't think it was as much. I don't think that part is quite as bad, because I don't think they saw it as much as. They didn't think it was as bad as it appeared.
Well, it appeared
Probably
pretty
because
bad.
they didn't see as much as the viewer does.
The fact that she was kind of, her hair was frazzled and she's, freaking out and yelling and teleporting everywhere, it would be a sign that something's off. Even then, I would at least, probably should. And that was even the lesson that everyone learned was, hey, we shouldn't dismiss our friends' worries just because we think they're not important. But yeah, this episode in particular marked a huge shift. For one, people were not expecting it. I remember the synopsis came out and everyone's just like, oh, it's just Twilight freaking out. Okay.
Yeah, and then
it's going to be fun, and then we saw this and we're like, what?
Alice in Wonderland references, just complete and total crazy.
Cheshire Cat grin, which is still funny.
Yes.
And the hi girls.
Hi girls.
Teleporting inside it still has some of the best. I still think it has some of the best visuals just from a fun standpoint, not necessarily from a technical standpoint. For just the fun, it's like Twilight teleporting outside into a ball and blowing it up.
Yeah.
Coming out of a bush with a bird nest on her head. And even of course, some people like to go crazy and like go way deep into overanalyzing and like why, like when she was freaking out, there's a background behind her and that Spike pushed out of the way, or
little visual gags
and stuff, or like him rolling up the screen when she thought, imagining Magic Kindergarten. I've been in that situation of thinking of insane consequences that actually cannot happen ever, but nope, that's totally what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think this is one of those where I stop. I mean, I do share a lot of similarities with Twilight myself. I will admit that, but nowhere near to this point. This is one of those I haven't quite ever panicked quite that amount. I can see it happening and I can understand where people come from there, but I've never had to deal with that myself. I'll usually go the other direction. If I do start thinking the worst, I won't get all panicky. I'll get depressed.
Well, I've been in that situation. People have commented as such that, this is a lot like you.
Yeah. That's just one of the places where I differ personally, is I wouldn't ever go quite
this
that
episode
far.
aired right when I needed it to, basically. It's like I saw it and I was able to kind of calm down I was starting to go down the same spiral. And I was able to calm out, get out of it because of this episode. So, woohoo!
Sometimes
Pony's positively affecting personal life.
Yay! In those cases, sometimes you really just need someone to see it and just smack you upside the head.
Mm-hmm.
More than what Spike tried to do.
Although I'm also thinking, which I noticed when her friends come to her rescue finally at the end, when they realize, oh crap, we really did screw up too. We're not the only ones. She's not the only one who screwed up, but we screwed up too. Mm-hmm. But when they try to come to her rescue, like they're telling her, Celestia, don't punish her. And I'm starting to think Celestia wasn't actually going to punish her, at least not
she wasn't.
severely.
She wasn't.
It's probably just a scolding, like.
Mm-hmm. And I think it wasn't even a tardy thing. It was just her going nuts. Yeah. What I think was going to happen there, Celestia was showed up because Spike sent the letter. She showed up, saw what Twilight was doing, and was going to just scold her. Hey, you didn't need to do this. You don't have to write a letter. But then when all of her friends show up, it was like, no, just let them complain. Let them apologize. We'll roll with this.
Dig their own grave.
So that was. I think that's how that worked. They didn't have to come in and defend Twilight, but because they did, Celestia didn't stop them and just. Okay, I can use this. Too. We'll go with this, because it's useful.
Yeah. So, and this is also the one of the few times ever Spike was actually useful.
Yes.
Until then of course he got stupid again at the very end, but which of course some people complain about. Oh, you're using Spike as the butt monkey again, but he is designed to be the butt monkey.
Yeah.
Oh well. Also, there's the scene with Dash and AJ when Dash is destroying the barn, which I know you
scene.
like.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting just because it's like, why you destroying the barn that way? That kind of seems particularly inefficient. Well, until the end, it seemed particularly inefficient.
It is. I think they just needed
I think they just
something.
They thought it was just funny.
Because, if you were to destroy it the normal method, they wouldn't have given Twilight time to even see it. It would have been down... Yeah.
Yeah, or would have been like obvious. Oh,
obvious what they're doing.
Yeah, but this is like. So yeah, and then of course she just basically
Nukes
go. She didn't. It's not really a nuke. It's more of a sonic boom happening pretty much at ground zero.
Yep, sonic boom inside of a building. Well, yeah, that'll destroy it.
Blow it out. Especially if it's already torn up like that, which I guess maybe that is the point of
yeah, there we go. We'll go with that. She needed to take out some of the structural support to make sure it would just be destroyed completely.
Yeah, so,
and not leave
but
stuff.
You have to think that going straight into the ground at supersonic speeds is not good for you, particularly for your head.
This isn't the first time they've bent physics.
Yeah, like the Applejack being made of dark matter.
Yes.
Yeah, they bend physics a lot, and people
butterflies holding up Fluttershy.
It kind of makes me, people get all upset about Pinky bending physics. Get all upset, but get all, oh look, Pinky's bending physics again. How hilarious! People forgetting that the other ponies also routinely break physics.
Not quite as much, but yes.
Like Twilight getting slammed on the head with an anvil and being fine with it.
Or the piano.
Or the haystack.
Or the other, haystacks. Yeah, but
the cart in
piano.
Haystack. Haystacks can be heavy.
Yes, but relatively speaking.
Yeah, put on the cart too.
Yeah.
All that stuff, but yeah, and the flower pot initially, but she just shrugged it. She was bandaged up, but she was still functioning. She wasn't, dead, which is good. So yeah, I guess ponies do regularly bend the laws of physics.
Physics is what it needs to be.
Exactly, it's a cartoon. Remember that, people. It's a cartoon.
Physics is what it needs to be. Same with technology.
Yes. So it was just. And I also just found it. I just like the music was also really good. Just the background music. I mean, this didn't even have a Daniel Ingram song at all. But the background music was superb. Just illustrated everything. Just you hear like the horns, like when Twilight's looking at the sun ticking in the sky, like a clock.
Tick, tick. Yeah.
And I like I said, I love this episode a lot, and I still do. It's just I think the season 4 finale just is better now. Now that after all this time, finally an episode finally beats it. I mean, all this time, a lot of people have their personal favorites. This has always been mine, and it's also mark the tonal. This is like the mark of, hey, the first time we see it. Hey, we're willing to change it up, like for real. Yeah. Like the show's changing.
Yeah,
deal with it. Because before, remember, Twilight. It was the Twilight Sparkle show. It still kind of is, but it was the Twilight Sparkle show in season 1. And then this is like the friends are going to be have more to do. And we're not going to just shove Twilight in just because we need to have her to write the letter anymore. She's not necessary. She's not going to show up, which happened in season 2.
Yes, it's a good thing. Less Twilight sometimes is a good thing.
I wouldn't say that. But
I would.
Because you're a terrible person who thinks Dash is good. So this was also supposed to be the season 2 premiere, but they decided to change things up and make Return of Harmony the season 2 premiere,
which I think was probably a good thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, the Return of Harmony felt so much like a finale that it was just weird seeing it as the premiere.
Yeah, but then what have they done with the Candlelight Wedding?
That would have been the season 2 finale.
The Return of Harmony, though.
Yeah, that was the season 1 finale.
Oh.
That was supposed to be the season 1 finale.
Supposed to be the season 1.
It was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I'm just trying to think of how that would work all together.
It was, because remember, it called back so much stuff from season 1. It was wrapping up with the elements of harmony and all that stuff, and that was supposed to be the season 1 finale, but decided to push it back, because I remember, season 1 was supposed to be 28 episodes. Season 2 was going to be 24 episodes, but they decided to move, justice to both 26.
Yeah.
And so think about it, wouldn't that have been crazy? Lesson 0 being our introduction to season 2.
That would have been completely nuts.
It would have been awesome. It's still awesome, but as a premiere, though, especially I remember a lot of people
thrown everyone for a
second to last episode of season 1, we got party of 1. Everyone was all freaked out about Pinky being creepy in that one, and then Twilight out creeps her, out crazy's the crazy one.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think I do like Return of Harmony as the opener, just because. Imagine ending a season with, oh, by the way, we got John Delancey on board. Have a nice break.
Yeah, so.
I think
it would have been fun.
I don't know. I think, showing John Delancey, having the introduction of Discord, and then jumping into changing it up with that.
John Delancey was just supposed to be a guest star. He was only asked back because he was so popular.
I know, but I think it just fit with the whole, holy crap.
Yeah, well.
Putting them right next to each other instead of having that and then nothing and then Twilight.
Yeah. I think it would actually I still think it would work better as a season 1 finale, but that's just me. Because it puts it feels more like a better end cap with a bow to season 1 than Best Night Ever did.
It would work as an end cap to it, but I'm not certain.
It was designed to be an end cap in the shows, But Lesson Zero, Lesson Zero feels like it was supposed to be an opener because it changes the status quo so significantly.
Although most openers, I mean, they don't have to, but most of our openers have all been two-parters. I don't think you could have made this a two-parter.
This would have been the only non-two-parter.
Yeah, because there's no way you could have made this a two-parter.
No. This wouldn't have been a two-parter, but again, also, remember Season 3 ended with a single-parter, not a two-parter like we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
Every other season has a two-part finale. Season 3 has a one-part, so...
Yeah.
I love this episode. Still love this episode.
Of course you do.
It was. Episode. I mean, I know a lot of people really don't like it. I know it was also the end for a lot of people. But for me, it marked just, hey, we're not going to just sit here and just keep doing the same thing forever. We're going to change it up, and we're going to continue to change it up as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be... So sit down, the ride's not over, and the ride will never be over.
The ride never ends. I want to get up.
Yeah. So I would say all the time holds up spectacularly.
Okay, I think it definitely holds up. It was always a top episode for me just because it was done really, really well. It wasn't, my favorite. I don't have the same kind of biases, but it definitely does hold up over time.
Yeah. So
I still think she needed a good smack upside the head.
Sometimes you just need a good one. I needed a good. That episode was my smack upside the head.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you just need someone to pull you out, and just when your friends just decide to look at you and just laugh instead of pulling you out, it's kind of makes it worse.
Spike should have smacked her.
Well,
more
physically smacking her would probably not help, but at least they should have. I think they still think they should have at least, rather than just kind of acting like that, kind of at least figure out exactly and help calm her down.
Spike sent a letter
Spike
to
tried
Celestia.
To, but Spike
sent a letter to Celestia, which is
probably
the best thing.
Which again, this is probably the most useful thing he's ever done.
Something to the other 5 as well.
I think he was too busy writing the stupid letter. Remember, he gave her the cupcakes and she ran off without him. So I think he went, okay, things are getting bad. I'm going to go write a letter now.
He should have, after the letter, I think he should have.
Probably was trying to find her. Because, remember, Twilight ran from the picnic pretty quickly. Who knows? Or he might have just been cowering in the library, scared for his life.
That too. Should have gone to the other 6.
Nope. Just going to sit here, wait for Celestia.
Wait for everything to blow over.
Remember, he also knows her the best, so he probably knows it's like, yep, just let Celestia handle this one.
I still think he should have, gone to our friends. Go, yeah, no, this is a problem.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. But so he still messed up. Darn it, Spike.
Darn it, Spike.
You had 1 job. 2 jobs. Oh, whatever.
Okay, but he had a bunch of jobs.
You know what I mean? You're a useless fax machine. So
yeah.
I can't think of really any much else to really say other than Megan McCarthy wrote this, so. And now she's the head writer, so she must be doing something right. And she also wrote, I think, the season 4 opener and finale. Yes.
I think so.
Yes, I believe so. Right. So she also wrote Crystal Empire and Camelot Wedding. So she's, believe it or not, as much as people like to give her grief about how she's handling the show, she's
doing it pretty darn well.
Episodes. She made some of the best episodes in the series. So, or wrote some, I should say. She didn't make it. Yeah, she wrote it. So yeah, it's not like she wrote it and animated it and all that stuff all by herself.
Yeah, no.
Wow, she's so talented. But yeah, so she's obviously shown she's willing to change things up for her. So this was like, I guess, the first real. I can't remember what she wrote in season 1 though. I know she's been around. I almost want to say she wrote Party of 1, but I don't think that's right. Whatever. I know, I know Lauren Faust wrote the season 1 opener, and I'm pretty sure the finale as well.
Yeah, she wrote not just the opener.
She wrote a couple. Didn't she also write Ticketmaster or something too?
Lauren wrote the opener, and she co-wrote with AKR, the Ticketmaster.
Okay, yeah.
It was co-wrote with AKR. And, yeah, AKR wrote Best Night Ever.
Okay, I'm talking about Party 1, though.
Party of 1 with Megan McCarthy.
But when I say season 1 finale, sorry, I'm talking about the Return of Harmony. I'm pretty sure that was Lauren Faust.
M.A. Larson.
Oh, M.A. Larson. Wow. Hey, what do you know? So don't blame him for everything, guys. So, like I said, Megan McCarthy did write the Party of 1.
Yep.
Okay. See, I was right. See, she wrote the crazy. She's good at writing crazy.
She's good at writing crazy.
Maybe she is crazy, too.
She also did, what, Sweet and Elite?
Sweet and Elite?
Sweet and Elite.
I remember that was the bounce back. the episode a lot of people said. That was the episode that, because I remember for a while, season 2, people were like, oh, this is getting really bad. Then season Elite comes out and down. That's for a lot of people, that was season 2 is getting back into good form again.
Yeah, but she didn't write another. Well, the next one that she wrote was Hearts and Hooves.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was
Hearts
also
and
pretty
Hooves,
good. She made the CMC tolerable.
Yes, and made Chiramak a thing.
Yep, which is still a thing.
Still a thing.
I think the next one was, in fact, a Candlelight Wedding, though.
I think there was. Yeah, and the next one was Candlelight Wedding.
And then she wrote the season 1 opener, or season 4 opener, sorry. And
she wrote the season 3 opener.
And season 3 opener, and I think she wrote one more maybe in season 3.
That was the only one that she did in season 3.
Okay, that was when she was also writing, at the time, Equestria Girls. She was writing that. So
she wrote Equestria
probably
Girls.
She's like, okay, I'm right busy with the movie. I'll still be head writer, but I can't write more episodes beyond this one.
And she wrote season 4 opening, Power Pony. She co-wrote
Power Ponies.
Co-wrote Three's a Crowd.
See? It's like people like to claim.
And she wrote the 4 finale.
Yeah, so people like to blame her for everything wrong, but she's
like the one who's done the best ones.
But anyway, I think I'm now getting a little preachy.
Yep.
So probably should move on. We have a comic which came out.
We do.
It is Friends Forever number 6, and is one that Alcatraz has been dreading, despite his favorite character being in it, and that's because the other character that's in it, and that's the great and powerful Trixie.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, Dash gets an invite to another kingdom to perform.
Yay!
And of course, Dash being Dash, accepts.
Why would she not?
Yeah, although initially she can't. At one point, she started to find it a bit suspicious. But what the heck? I'm Rainbow Dash. I can't deprive these ponies of my aerial stuff. But then she finds out it's Trixie's the queen.
Yep.
And she, at that point, doesn't want anything to do with it. Then turns out, well, Trixie wants out. Because what is this kingdom? It's Diamond Dogs.
Diamond Dogs Kingdom.
So Trixie wants out. And she wants Dash to help her. And well, things progress from there.
Yep.
So yeah, and I can't. Again, it was one of those. Okay, now pretty much only goes so far without spoiling it. So basically, it's like, can Dash actually help her? Does Dash actually want to help her? All this stuff. So I'm just curious because, well, you're the one who was grumbling about it for the last couple months. What did you think after reading it?
It wasn't as bad as I was dreading because of the inclusion of Trixie. It turned out better. I still would have preferred no Trixie, but it was pretty good. Better, much better than the first Friends Forever. But I think at that point, everything is.
Yeah.
But
I actually quite enjoyed this. Just because
it wasn't bad.
I'll be honest, the theatricality of Trixie and the theatricality of Dash kind of being at odds with each other is just kind of funny.
One thing I will say, that the first page, when you first open it,
yep,
I want that as a poster.
That's cocky Dash, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cocky. It is.
Who drew this one? Let's see. Written by Tom Thomzeller and Agnes Garbowska.
Well, they did a good job.
Yes, they did really. I like the artwork in this. Very much. So, yes, Diamond Dogs, and they do not speak it as broken English as the Diamond Dogs in the show for the most part. So, and they claim that those that were in Ponyville apparently were kicked out of this kingdom. So,
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I like the Dash and Trixie's different brands of, I guess, arrogance and showmanship kind of clashing with one another.
Yeah, where Dash actually has skill, Trixie doesn't.
Trixie does, just not applicable particularly in this situation.
Yeah.
Yet.
Ever.
Yet. But yeah, it's also got a few good references, like a particularly blatant Monty Python reference.
Yeah, that one I chuckled about.
I hope you'll know it when you see it. If you don't, go watch a movie like, Holy Grail. I would say this is actually a pretty darn good Friends Forever, and actually probably one of the better ones. And so I definitely recommend picking this one up regardless if you're a fan of either character. And I know if you're a fan of either character, you're probably going to pick one up anyway because, well, I've noticed Trixie fans tend to be a little zealous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely pick this one up. It's really nice, and I don't believe there's a lot of comic variants. Yeah, there's not really a lot of variants.
There isn't a lot of variants.
3. So So I would honestly, this is a really nice one. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't, because for me it's like the double whammy of Trixie and Dash. So I was like, no, but I liked it.
Yeah, go get it, read it.
Yeah. And I think that's all. Wait, no, of course not. Why would this be all? I mean, it's not like I did on a contest or anything last week.
No, we didn't do anything like that.
Wait, I did have a contest announced last week. Yeah, so remember last week we did that Journal of the Two Sisters thing, and I had to announce, I announced the contest, and well, there's a winner. Yes.
We actually have a winner?
A winner. I was shocked. So shocked. But yes, we have a winner for the Journal of the Two Sisters. And that winner, his Twitter handle is MC Wish. So congratulations. You win a copy of this book, and I hope you enjoy it when you get it. So, hooray.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes, I'm going to use that one.
I hope you enjoy it. And I hope it doesn't break any of your headcanons too hard.
Too hard, because it's probably going to.
And that is pretty much it for that stuff. Overly long as some of it may have been.
Yeah.
We now have some fan content. Start us off, of course, with some music. The 2 songs that Alca7raz chose for us.
First one I have is Honesty by Archers of Agincourt.
They got lights burn as bright as the sun. You stay awake thinking that the day was never ever done. But here on the farm my body beats me to bed, but my mind makes maps from the ceiling's little cracks instead.
It's a nice original vocal acoustic. You don't get a lot of these, and it's nice to see some of these that are actually, good. Nailed the vocals. The instrumental is just great. So,
yes, it's funny you say you don't get a lot of these after you've featured like
I know,
think like 3 or 4 weeks in a row now of an acoustic
in
song
relation
somewhere.
to what else we get. You get like 90% electronic.
I'm just noticing a lot of acoustic stuff lately from you. So
I've been trying to pick them. I've been trying to find them. So it's nice to see them.
This one was actually pretty nice. I didn't know what I was expecting when I saw the links. I was like, okay, honestly, okay, apples, obviously. Obviously, apples are involved in some way.
Yep.
Surprise, I wasn't wrong. And I actually really enjoyed this. Although this one kind of felt melancholic.
It's about her wanderlust, is what it's.
Yeah.
Her going off to Manhattan.
Yeah. So
which is what it's about. So
felt pretty, not necessarily sad, but definitely a little on the downside, I guess, emotionally. So it's pretty nice, interesting in that. So I liked it a lot. I was kind of pleasantly surprised by this one.
The next song I have actually came out less than a day ago. Is Another Mare by Taps, which features Next Gen and Rhyme Flow.
For what I'm about to make happen, I'm the well-known vigilante anti-hero savior. Enemies can't see me, I'm nearly out of favor. Their behavior shall be punished.
This is, if you've listened to other Tap stuff, classic Taps, heavy bass, but it drops into a bit of a rap hip-hop kind of vocals afterwards. I thought it was quite neat.
Yeah, again, I saw the rhyme flow. I was like, I know that name, so gonna be some sort of rhyming here. And I wasn't wrong. So yeah, that's a really, really nice intro. I'm going to say that. I really like that intro.
One thing I will say, the 2 separate vocal sections. Mm-hmm. You have the rap hip hop part and then the not part. Not entirely certain how you describe it. I really liked that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I really did like this one. So it's usually not my thing. I mean, there's definitely some songs in this style I really like, but this one, I really like this one. So
just make sure you've got something that has good bass, because this is Taps.
Like I said, the intro in particular I really like. So
yeah,
I mean, the rest of the song was pretty good too, but yeah, the intro is I think my favorite part.
Yep.
So check that one out. And that's it for music. Hey, look, it makes me talk more.
Yes, I'm gonna make you talk.
But I have a fanfic, just barely, but I have a fanfic, and it is called Twilight's Monster by Fuzzy Fervert.
Nice
Yes,
name.
that
That's an awesome name.
makes me laugh. So, and this was an interesting one. I almost didn't, but because, well, this to say circumstances made me do feature this one. But this is basically an alternate universe where in this universe, don't you start. This universe is significantly different from the one we're used to in that, well, Celestia and Luna just aren't there.
Yep.
Well, ponies don't know about them anyway.
Yeah.
And it turns out, this one, Twilight's a scientist instead of a student of magic or whatever. She's a scientist, and they've made this big discovery. And it starts off, though, with her and Luna being basically arrested and police brutality, practically, it looks like. But yeah, they're being arrested and being tackled to the ground and trying to escape. And she's then in interrogation with her brother, because her brother apparently in this is like chief of police or some, anyway, big shot in the police force or something like that.
Problem there, though. Can't do that.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But,
apparently those laws don't exist here.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You can't have family interrogate each other.
Anyway, so it's basically she's being accused of multiple crimes. And apparently in this, this is Luna as a monster because, or basically sub-pony, I guess, because, like sub-human, sub-pony. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So because she's not a unicorn, and as this fic goes on, it kind of, you get it doesn't explicitly state certain things, but it becomes pretty obvious that this is not exactly a happy world if you're not a unicorn.
Yeah.
And even if you are a unicorn, it kind of implies that there's people at the top who are actively suppressing certain information and basically using a lot of propaganda to keep the status quo alive.
Yep. It's very dystopian.
Yeah, it's very dystopian. So I can't really go too much farther than that again.
Without spoiling important details. It does touch on a lot of dark subject matter.
With a couple things you like reread and go, oh. So yeah, it's got a mature tag, but it's not because of like sex or gore. So
no, it's just really, really dark.
Yeah, it's just a dark kind of uncomfortable dark mature. I guess it's not one of those kind of uncomfortable to read things. But how would you think of it?
I want to strangle him for the way he ended it.
Yeah,
it ends on a cliffhanger, but otherwise, I thought it was done very well. I'm not huge into dark, but I think this is one I'm gonna have to keep an eye on. If he does do a sequel,
He said he might.
It might.
No guarantee, which is because it's a really nasty. I'll just say that's the one thing I'll spoil. It's a really nasty cliffhanger, and you'll want to punch the author.
Yeah, but I thought it was done really well.
Oh, and one thing I almost forgot. It's Luna shipping too. So
yeah, it's not. They touch on it, but because
it's not super. It's weird. It's that it's important, but it's not important.
Yeah, it plays an important part, but it's not like there's a huge amount of shipping all over the place.
It's not like lovey-dovey.
Yeah, no.
The whole point of the ship is, or the whole point of the story is to ship them, but it's there and it's important, but it's not. It's a piece of the story.
Yes.
It's not the point of the story. Yeah, it's not the point. It's a piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really don't like shipping the void, but if you're fine with it, read it.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised. This one popped up last night as of recording. It was popped up last night, and now it's already on the feature page on FM Fiction. I'm not surprised if Equestria Daily picks it up before you listen to us again. So, yeah, I was and then I was angry, but I can't really fault that. Really use that.
I think the cliffhanger, while it's a really. Why would you end it on a cliff? It's really frustrating, but it does work for the story.
It works for the story, but it's still just you want to punch something.
Yeah, just because you want to read more.
So, yeah, I'd recommend checking it out. Again, Twilight's Monster. So, again, though, I'm linking it in the show notes, which you should be reading.
Yes, you should be reading those.
This is the end. This is the end of our babbling. Babbling.
Your babbling. I haven't babbled much.
Passing my off so I can babble some more. If you liked my babbling, though, want to hear past babbling and future babbling, pony411.libsyn.com. That's where you can find all the episodes for download.
Yep.
Nice, convenient format. And also, go to iTunes if you want to download it possibly. You subscribe there, and it'll automatically, oh, look, open your iTunes, and there it is. You can download it, and then go to the iPod, and hooray.
Magic.
Just search for Pony411 on the iTunes store. It'll pop up as a podcast. You'll see our distinct logo and all that stuff.
Can't miss it.
If you don't want to download it, you can also go to YouTube. That's youtube.com/pony411. Again, all our episodes are there. And if you haven't noticed yet, we also favorite all the music that we feature on this. So if you want a quick link there, boom. It's in our favorites playlist for now. I might change that in the future, but right now it's just in our favorite videos playlist. Again, all the episodes are there. If you don't even want to do that, you can go to ponyvillefm.com. And we are there on Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Listen for your radio stream. Have fun. Listen before for other shows and live mixes. Yeah, seriously, live mixes.
Yep.
And just general, just music. We're not always 6 p.m. on the dot just because of how songs links can change, but
yeah,
there you go. If you want to contact us, you can do so via email. That's pony411podcast@gmail.com. Comments, criticisms, concerns, etc. Blah blah. You can also tweet us on Twitter @pony411 or Facebook. Follow us, like us there at facebook.com/pony411. Not a big surprise there.
Yep.
You can also follow our personal accounts. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. He's at Alca7raz with an underscore at the beginning and then and a 7 instead of a T because he refuses to change it.
I don't refuse. I just don't know how to change it to.
He refuses to change it.
I just don't know how to change it to.
So, yeah, that's, I believe, every single way you can download us or listen to us or contact us that I'm aware of. If there is another way, like telepathic, well, stay out of my head. Go in his head all you want, but stay out of mine.
I don't think you want to be in my head.
It's fine.
Sometimes I don't even want to be in my head.
So, that's it. Till next week, 61. Don't know what the heck we're doing yet, but we'll find out. You'll find out. So, until then, don't be like us sometimes, and please pony responsibly. Bye.